When a Muslim tells me, how can God die? They usually follow up with, who was running the universe if he died? If God dies, who's sustaining creation?
That's right.
To say that God can't die because if he dies, who would be sustaining creation? That assumes death means ceasing to be conscious, ceasing to exist, ceasing to live. So my response is, who told you that's the definition of death? Not only is that definition of death contrary to the Bible, it's contrary to the Quran. Neither the Bible nor the Quran define death as ceasing to exist, ceasing to be conscious, ceasing to be alive. They are not dead, they're alive. John 2:19-22. Jesus answered and said unto them, destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up. How could Jesus raise his physical body back to life in 3 days if Jesus was no longer consciously alive? For Jesus to raise his physical body to life, he must still be consciously alive. In other words, Jesus dying doesn't mean he stopped existing. Physically, his body returned to the grave, to the dust, but as God and as a human being with a human spirit, his human soul, still attached to that divine person, he was still conscious and alive as a disembodied spirit, still sustaining creation, still sustaining his body, and then raising his body back to life. So what's the problem, folks, with the God-man dying?